Hello, welcome back to the Draw Fairway to Green podcast. And this week we have lots to talk about. A lot of exciting tournaments this past weekend. Again, not the biggest fields in these terms, in these three terms we're going to talk about, but the life changing wins and kind of shaping of a career win was really cool to see this weekend, especially when, again, the fields aren't great. We need something to carry the storylines in golf right now. And this week kind of provided it with two first-time winners and a winner who hasn't won in 11 years. So the golf was great. It's very emotional, I would say. There's the different winners, again, changing their lives on the Ladies European Tour. A former winner who was on top of the world and just lost it and is starting to kind of regain it again. Still isn't to where she was 10 years ago. But really cool to see. And then the awesome team event over on the LPGA side of things, the International Crown. Great 4 days, 3 days of action. The final day was great. My prediction of Team World almost came true. They lost in the semifinal and a playoff hole, but we'll get to that. We're going to start with the PGA Tour and the Bank of Utah Championship out at the Utah. And like we were saying, again, provided great images and video and golf shots. Not the tightest golf course, really big fairways, hard to miss. But if you missed, you're hitting lava rock, and who knows where your ball's going, whether it's bouncing in play, whether it's bouncing 40 yards back, or just out of bounds completely. The story of the tournament, though, was Michael Brennan, the winner. He just ran away with the tournament on Sunday. He is a really cool story. He won 3 times this summer on the PGA Americas tournament or tour, so that's kind of like the Canadian tour, the Fortinet Cup up there. His 3 wins got him a Korn Ferry Tour card for this upcoming season, 2026. So he was fully exempt on the Korn Ferry Tour after winning 3 times. So he kind of had his schedule and season set for next year. Got a sponsor's invite based on his finish on the PGA Tour America. And he went out and won. So now he gets to bypass the Korn Ferry Tour altogether. He's fully exempt on the PGA Tour through 2027. And it's just from a sponsor exemption to win. Nick Dunlap, obviously we know he did that last year as an amateur at the American Express in 2024. So it happened relatively soon after his win. Again, really hard to do on a golf course he's probably never played for. In his 3rd career start and his first as a professional golfer, his other 2 came as an amateur when he was in college. Just really exciting time. Again, it's another young player on the PGA Tour. I know we talk about it on the LPGA Tour all the time about the young golfers coming up and winning. I mean, here's Michael Brennan. He finished 12th, I think it was on PGA Tour U a couple years ago, gets status on the PGA Tour America, wins 3 times, is fully exempt on the Korn Ferry sponsor invite, wins, leads the field in driving, only missed 6 fairways all week, and he goes and he wins by 4, and now he's fully exempt. I mean, he's no stranger to winning. He won 8 times at Wake Forest. So again, he was an all ACC player, 3 years there in college, all ACC, all American, 4 years. So again, he's not a stranger to win, but to go out and just take control of the tournament. I mean, he started the day on Sunday with a 3-4 stroke lead, never really gave it back. There was 25 holes without a bogey. I mean, just cruised to victory. I mean, in the last hole he gave one up. He had his second shot into the native area and had a drop, and okay, his shot lead went from 5 to 4. Again, there was really never doubt after the turn. He just was in cruise control. Rico Hoey, who is finished 2nd, he was 4 shots back. He's had a good fall season. Again, he's one of the best statistical ball strikers on tour. He hits the ball so straight, just flushes it every time, is close to the hole. It just his issue right now is putting. He's been close. He's finished top 10 in a couple of these fall events, so he's made a nice, good jump to up that FedEx Cup points. But again, all about Michael Brennan again. He is one of 7 players to get their first win in 3 or fewer starts on the PGA Tour since 1970. again, it's really hard to win on the PGA Tour, and who knows, will he ever win again? We don't know. It's still really early in his career to tell, but the way he drives the ball, the way he's won at every level, he won in college, he won on the PGA Tour Americas, he probably would have won on the Korn Ferry Tour if he needed to be there next year, but he doesn't. He's fully exempt now, 2027. Again, I think it's great that some of these young players are winning so early. I mean, we saw a couple other ones, Michael Thorborn, Olsen. He's been close. He was in PGA Tour U. Luke Clanton, who's turned pro this summer, he's been okay since turning pro. I mean, he's not as dominant as Gordon Sargent, who's top 10ing all the time. So there's another one who's not on the PGA Tour yet. But again, these young guys, I think, are crucial to just the game, growing the younger audience. And then for team competitions, we saw it with the Ryder Cup. Ludwig Oberg, the Hogarth twins, they're all playing. They're all young, and now come 2 years again over at Adair Manor, they'll be veterans and they'll be even better, but now they have the experience. So some of these guys start playing good. It'll be curious to see how many make the President's Cup team in a year and then 2 years in the Ryder Cup. Good for Michael Brennan. Really cool story. Really cool golf course. Really exciting time, I think, on the PGA Tour to watch some of these young guys win. Over on the DP World Tour, we had another first-time winner, Junghwan Lee. He won the Genesis Championship over in South Korea. He won by 3. He kind of stormed back at the end of this tournament. He was, I think it was 7 back to start the day, and then he shot, it was 64. I am almost yep. He shot 4 under 67 to win by 3. Now, he was behind the leaders some, and the leaders just kind of fell off. They didn't really play that well. But Lee, the front 9, shot 4 under, got himself in contention. On the back 9, he didn't do really anything crazy. He just made 3 birdies. He got to 11 under, and Nacho Elveria just couldn't close the gap. He was the leader after 3 rounds. He was close, and then he made 2 bogeys on the 17th and 18th hole to give Lee his first win. Again, for Lee, like I just said, his first win. It's only a 6th career start on the DP World Tour. Wasn't a member of the DP World Tour before this weekend. Now he gets, again, full membership on the DP World Tour. Can get to the DP World Tour playoffs next in 2 weeks. I think it is out in Abu Dhabi. So again, another life-changing win for another guy who was on the PGA Tour Korea, and just coming in here, a second year in a row, Koreans won at this golf course. Again, really just cool storylines both on the DP World Tour, the PGA Tour. I think it's so hard to win on a professional golf tournament. I mean, when we get to the Ladies European Tour, we'll see, like, you can win multiple tournaments and then all of a sudden just go on a drought for a long time. And we've seen it. Jordan Spieth did it for a while. Ricky Fowler's done it for a while. Justin Thomas has done it for a while. All these golfers that were at the top of the world in the world rankings, winning all the time, multiple major wins, some of them, and then they just kind of lose it. So for these young golfers to kind of come out here and win, again, was the Genesis Championship the best field? No. But someone's got to win the golf tournament, and again, whether it's someone winning for the 5th time or the first time, you'll take the first time winners. It's life-changing. Again, I keep saying it because it is. Like, now he's exempt on the DP World Tour. He can play himself into majors. I think it's really cool to win in your first tournament in your home country. Again, like I said, he won this year. Last year has been on. So 2 South Koreans going back-to-back. That's really cool. Again, Korea, really good golf country. They love their golf. A lot of good golfers. Siwoo Kim, Sunjae Im on the PGA Tour side. The LPGA Tour has tons of Korean golfers that are great. They just played this week there. The Ladies European Tour has played there. Again, expanding that game, getting the different winners on different tours, and whether it's an American winning on the DP World Tour or Korean winning on the DP World, I think it helps grow the game. Again, it was a good tournament, was close. It wasn't a blowout like the PGA Tour. That was good to see as well. Again, getting into those playoffs. The Race to Dubai playoffs start in 2 weeks over on the European Tour. So now he gets into the first event in Abu Dhabi, and who knows from there if he gets hot, can he get in top 10 in that race, finish with a PGA Tour card? Now it's going to take him a lot to get to the PGA Tour card. I think he moved up to 67th in the Race to Dubai ranking. So it's going to take a special 2 weeks there to get up there, but he has a shot now, and that's all a golfer can really hope for. I mean, he said it afterwards. His goal, his dream was to be on the DP World Tour, and now he's done it. So do that again in his home country, I think really cool. I think the best story of the weekend, and I know they're circulating on Twitter, read some articles on Golf Digest and golf.com. I think over on the ladies' European Tour, Yani Tseng, she won. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know about her. I know most LPGA Tour golfers. This professional in Tang, I think, was one of the coolest stories I've read about in a while. I think one of the hardest too. So we'll go over it. She won for the first time since 2014. She won 15 times on the LPGA Tour and won 5 majors, all before she turned 22. She was the world number 1 for 109 straight weeks. That's the second longest streak ever for a ladies golfer. She's a 2-time LPGA Player of the Year. She's the youngest player ever to have 5 major wins. And then all of a sudden, she gets the putting yips. She has a couple surgeries, hip, wrist surgeries, and she goes 11 years without winning. All right, so she has 15 LPGA Tour wins. She has 6 Ladies European Tour wins before this week. And now, for the first time in 11 years, she wins. Now, I'm sure people are going to say it was only a 36-hole tournament due to rain, so how much of a tournament is that? That's not her fault. She won. She went out there. She played the best 2 rounds of golf out of all the players in that field. She won. She putts left-handed now. She's a right-handed golfer, but she putts left-handed because of the yips. She said she feels so much more comfortable putting left-handed, which is just one of the wildest things. Again, to be the top player in the game for a 3-year stretch and then to lose all your ability to play golf, not all your ability, but to have the yips after winning 5 majors, being the player of the year, to come back, the mental fortitude to even keep trying. Why does she need to keep trying? Why didn't she just, all right, go off, retire. I have 5 wins. I know I'm young. She probably could have gone into broadcasting or something else, but she grinded. Her last win was on the Taiwan LPGA Tour. So again, not that even big of a tournament she won 11 years ago. But to fight back, win on the Ladies European Tour, again in her home country, in Taiwan, on a golf course she's played before. She played growing up. Again, so cool. Her family was there, seeing her celebrate after on the green with them in her home country. I mean, I don't even know what it's like to win, and then let alone win for the first time in 11 years in that way is really cool. She now has earned her Ladies European Tour status back, and she hasn't played well. She's played, I think, 8 or 9 starts on the LPGA Tour this year. She's made the cut in 1. So she hasn't played well there, but now she has full status on the Ladies European Tour. She gets that feeling of winning again, gets that confidence back up. I'm not saying she's going to become the world number 1 again or win another couple majors or win 15 more times on the LPGA Tour, but it's only up from here at this point. She hit the lowest of lows. Has she hit the highest of highs with winning 5 majors? Will she ever reach that point again? I don't know. But if she continues playing well, she gets her confidence back, she maybe wins another event, or she starts just playing more consistent, higher finishes, and gets her LPGA Tour status back, I mean, that would be really cool to see. I think another good news story, again, on some of these events where it's not the biggest field, like I've said, you need something to carry the tournaments. You need something to draw the audience in. And, I mean, I think that's it. 2 first-time winners and a former world number 1 who battled the yips to come back and win. I mean, you're going to get not many more interesting stories at this time of year in golf. I mean, you're not going to get a Scottie Scheffler. Like, this would be if Scottie Scheffler all of a sudden in the next year and a half just loses the ability to putt, or you lose the ability to hit a driver. And again, and it's not even that he doesn't even have 5 majors. He has 15, 16 PGA Tour wins, but he doesn't have 5 majors. He's probably up there close to 109 weeks at world number 1, but he's also not 22. He's 28, 29. She was 22 and did all this, and it was a crazy storyline. It's great to see. I enjoyed reading the different articles on her. Again, check out our Fairway to Green website. We have some articles on it. We have a recap of it. We have some interesting stats in there, some quotes from her as well. So go check that out on our website too, because it's a great story. I think see where she goes for the rest of the season. I think will be interesting. How she kind of does after feeling that success and winning again is definitely an interesting thing that I'm excited to see. Over on the LPGA Tour, we had the International Crown event. Again, like I said, the world team was close, but in the end, Australia ended up taking it. They defeated the USA in the final match. So actually, it was funny. USA and Australia finished, were both in Pool A. Team USA won Pool A. Australia finished second. Over in Pool B, it was Team World and Team Japan. And Australia beat Team World in the first semifinal on Sunday. So Charlie Hall defeated Hannah Green in the first singles match of Australia versus Team World. She won 2-1, kind of held the lead for most of the day, and then finally closed Hannah Green out. Minjee Lee then defeated Brooke Henderson in a pretty good battle, back and forth. Henderson went 3 up, and you're starting to look, Australia or Team World's going to get that final point. They're going to go into the final match, which I was hoping for. They were my pick. I thought they were just really good, and I think them not having kind of like this native pride, this country pride, I think maybe brought them together a little, and they're just really good golfers. Brooke Henderson, Charlie Hall, again, Lydia Ko, Wheeling, Sue, all good golfers, so I think that would have been cool. But Minjee Lee, she battled back. She made a birdie on the 17th hole to take a 1-up lead. They both made par, giving Lee the 1-up win. So then it came down to the foursome match of Team Australia versus Team World. It was close. On the 18th hole, Team Australia just needed the hole to force a playoff. They did. Grace Kim made a putt after Lydia Ko missed her from 25 feet and then set up a playoff. The first playoff hole was both teams made par. Second one, Team World hit a bad drive. They had to punch out, so they were laying 3 in the fairway. Team Australia was laying 2. World hits it in the bunker on their third. They hit a good bunker shot, but they needed to make it. Then Australia wins with par, and they go on to face the winner of Japan and U.S. In the second semifinal, USA Japan, Angel Yin defeated Ryo Takeda 2-1. Won the 16th hole to go 2-up, and then just closed out on the 17th hole. That match kind of was back and forth until Yin took control. In the second match, Yilimi No, she defeated Miyu Yamashita 4-2. This was not really close. America, it was all square after the first 5. Then No took a 2-up lead, never really gave it back. And then, so those 2 points clinched the win for Team USA. The foursome match was conceded on the 16th hole. It didn't matter at that point if Japan won, setting up Australia and the US team for the final. Again, Australia never won this event, so it was pretty cool. It was good. Good matchup in the final. Again, like I said, I would have liked to see Team World versus Team USA. I think that just would have been a great storyline. But in the first singles match, Minjee Lee, she defeated Yin 2-1. It was a back and forth battle. Again, Yin didn't win till the 17th hole. Again, it was great watching these two major champions go at it. Really good golf. Again, my only quarrel is I wish, again, I know they played this 2 years ago. This was played at TPC Harding Park in San Francisco. I wish it was just easier to watch. Again, I know they're playing overseas in Korea, so I understand that. But it would have been great to see, or just a little easier to watch. I know they play it on Golf Channel and they play it on replay, so that's how you're going to watch it. But man, to watch this live would have been great. Hopefully in 2 years we have that chance. In the second match, Hannah Green defeated. No. Again, Green went up, and it was like, okay, Green goes up. They kind of going to run away with it. We'll see. But then, no, battle back. She won 2 holes. All right. And now No was down 1. Then Green answered back with a couple birdies of her own. She closed it out on the 17th hole to give Team Australia the win. The foursome match did not matter. The Australian team conceded on the 16th hole so they could go celebrate with their teammates. Again, really cool event. I think it's cool that they do this. I know they have the Solheim Cup, which is Europe and USA, and that's like the Ryder Cup version over on the LPGA Tour. But I think this event is really cool. And the consolation match, world team versus Japan. Hull defeated, won her first singles match. Lydia Ko won the second one, and then the Japanese foursome won theirs, giving Team World that win in that match. But again, I think this event is a really cool thing that the PGA Tour needs to somehow lean into. Again, I think it will be a little different just because I don't know if it's a PGA Tour regular season event or it's one of these kind of non-PGA Tour events, kind of like the Grant Thornton Invitational or the Hero World Challenge, stuff like that. I think it gives the viewers something else. And I think a lot of talk about this Ryder Cup loss, listening to different podcasts, watching different articles, all these people are saying that the President's Cup is the downfall of this, and that's why we're losing. I don't know if I agree with that. I understand that it's tough, and then maybe it gives people false sense of hope in matchups, or it's just, again, long season. Do we really need to play it? Is it really that entertaining? USA has won almost every time other than a tie. Last year, Montreal was nice. The USA won 5-0 on the first day. Then the international team comes and wins 5-5 on the second day. Again, I don't know if they should get rid of it. I'd maybe tweak the format. Again, I'm for making the President's Cup maybe like for the PGA Tour, like picking players under a certain age so they get that team experience so they're ready for the Ryder Cup. And some of these guys aren't just always burned out of team competition, so then makes that Ryder Cup maybe a little more special. So I think an event where, again, we talked about it last week, previewing this event, where something like the Dell Technologies, where they had the match play event where they had the teams, individuals in groups of 4. You play the other 3 teams, and the top 2 players from each one moved on into the round of 16 and so on. So I made what this PGA Tour event or DP World Tour kind of co-sanctioned event would be. I know in the LPGA and the International Crown they do 8 teams. I did 10 teams for this just because the USA I think needs 2 teams just because there's so many great golfers, and I was going based off these teams. So I have 10 teams. I have USA, Ireland, the United Kingdom, Europe. So those are players that don't have other really players on their team like Sweden, Norway, Austria, Scotland, stuff like that. Canada, Asia, Australia, Spain, and then I have Latin America. So each team has 4. So there are 40 players. Are they the best players based off the world rankings? No. Again, with the Live Golf, some of these players who I think should be in this tournament wouldn't be just based off the world rankings because they're not getting any. So I made what I would think would be the 10 best teams, and you can play it like the International Crown. You can do it where 2 singles matches and a foursome match. I like that format. You have 2 pools. The winner of 2 pool, or the first and second place finisher in each pool, go and play in the semifinal and then the final. I think that's a great format that the International Crown has. I think it could be really good entertainment. So I'll read through my list real quick, and then let me know what you think. Again, comment, like, subscribe. Who you think could be a good team? What other countries would you maybe like to see? Is this a good event? So I'll start with the Team USA, the first Team USA. I would go Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, JJ Spawn, Russell Henley. All right, top 4 Americans right now in the world golf ranking. That's one team. The second team, the next 4 in the world ranking, is Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas, Ben Griffin, Harris English. So 8 Ryder Cup players. Again, you could interchange any of those players. Maybe those players don't want to do it, so you bring in a Bryson DeChambeau, you bring in Patrick Cantley, you bring in someone else. But those, just for the sake of this exercise, those are my 8 Americans on the 2 different teams. Team Ireland, it would be Rory McIlroy, Shane Lowry, Seamus Power, and it's Tom McKibben. He is on the Live Golf Tour. He is a young player. He's good. He's 22. Not many people know of him. He's played well over on the Live Tour. He's played well on the DP World Tour. So that would be my 4th for the Ireland team. The United Kingdom team is pretty good. Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Tyrrell Hatton, Matthew Fitzpatrick. Again, I have 4 Ryder Cup players, all good friends. You saw Fleetwood and Rose pair together. You saw Hatton and Fitz pair together one of the days when Victor Hovland went out. So I think that would be a fun little team. Team Europe, so again, like I said, players that don't have other players in their country that are just good enough. So I went with Robert McIntyre from Scotland, Victor Hovland from Norway, Ludvig Åberg from Sweden, Sepp Straka from Austria. Again, another 4 Ryder Cuppers. You could probably change out some of those players. I know Alex Noren, he's Swedish. You could probably make it all Swedish team. You could probably put Henrik Stenson on one and get another 4th Swedish player and have a team Sweden. But again, just to make it easier, 11 teams wouldn't be hard, and I couldn't really think of another 12th team to do. So I think that would be a good one. Again, 4 Ryder Cup players that have played together, paired well together. Team Canada. Now this one is a good one because they're always playing golf with each other. PGA Tour events where I've gone to practice rounds. The Canadians always playing well together. They're really good players. Corey Connors is one of the best ball strikers on the PGA Tour. Nick Taylor has maybe the best moment in Canadian golf history with winning the RBC Canadian Open on that playoff hole against Fleetwood a couple years ago. Taylor Pendrith, long hitter, President's Cup player, and Mackenzie Hughes, solid putter, just a good player overall. You can put in a whole bunch of other guys. Adam Hadwin could be another one. You could do Mike Weir, kind of the old major champion, Masters champion. He could play there just for fun. I think that would be cool to see. So there's Team Canada. Team Asia, again, so this is just different. A lot of them are Korean. The only non-Korean player is Hideki Matsuyama, who I think is probably the best Asian golfer right now on the PGA Tour. So he's there. Sun J.M., Siwoo Kim, Ben An. Those are the 4 I have for Team Asia. You could probably make a case for some other golfers that are on the DP World Tour, but those 4 I think are good. Siwoo, Sanjay, Ben An, and they're all been on the President's Cup team. They'd all play well together. They're all good. Not too good of putters in that group, so that would be interesting, but Sanjay is really good ball striker. Hideki's a good ball striker. Siwoo gets hot, and he could go shoot a 62, no problem. And Ben Yan, who had a good year 2 seasons ago, not the best year this year. He's a solid player. He's won on the PGA Tour. He's won on the DP World Tour. So I think that would be a good team for Asia. Australia, this was a fun one too. There's so many. I mean, I could just take the Live Golf team over there and just put them in this event. I didn't, but I could add Mark Leishman. I could add other Australians to it. My Australian team is Jason Day, Minwoo Lee, Adam Scott, and Cam Smith. Again, 3 major winners in Minwoo Lee would be great. Again, all have played on the international team, all of for the President's Cup. Again, 2 Masters winner, Open Championship winner, PGA winner, all in that. Minwoo Lee, who just would thrive in a team event. I think he kind of disappointed in his form last year at the International Cup, but I think you stick him with these 3 people from his country, and I think just playing alternate shot, playing best ball with these would bring out the best in him. And he's just a great personality, one of the best personalities we have on tour. So I think if he could get into a team event like this where he could show his emotion, I think it'd be great. Team Spain. This one, again, Jon Rahm, Sergio Garcia, Eugenio Chichara, and David Puig. All 4 of them played on LIV. Chichara doesn't play on LIV anymore. The other 3 do. Jon Rahm speaks for himself. Sergio Garcia speaks for himself. 2 Masters winners. The other 2 are younger, unproven guys. Both good players. Again, if it wasn't for they play good on the LIV Tour. If they were on the PGA Tour, DP World Tour, we'd probably know more about them. They'd have higher world rankings, but they're there. But this team, I think, would just be absolutely great in match play. I mean, Rahm and Garcia, whether they're paired together in a foursome match or just you send them out in the singles match, no one wants to see Jon Rahm in a singles match. They just don't. And no one really wants to see Sergio Garcia. Now, Sergio Garcia, the same player he was in his Ryder Cup heyday? No, but he's still Sergio Garcia. He still thought he had a shot to make the Ryder Cup this year, which I don't think was talked about enough, how he just thought he should make the team and he withdrew from the DP World Tour event because he was angry he didn't get picked. I don't know where he's coming from. I guess because he thought it was at Bethpage, he thought maybe some veterans should come. He hasn't really played well on the LIV Tour, so the fact that he was angry at Luke Donald doesn't make sense to me. But in this event, I think in this format, he would be good. There are other Spanish golfers that we could choose from that are lower down, but I think those 4 would make the best team. And my last team is Team Latin America. So that's Joaquin Niemann, Abe Ancer, Nico Echeverria, and Emiliano Grillo. Again, 4 good players. Niemann may be the best player on the LIV Tour right now. He was great this year. I think he won 5 times over there. Didn't win the end season at long list or points list, which is wild to me. You win 5 times, Rahm doesn't win any, and he wins. So that's kind of skewed in that way. That's a weird thing with the LIV Golf, but again, he's won on the PGA Tour. Abe Ancer has won on the PGA Tour. They've both played on President's Cups teams. Nico Echeverria, he's won twice on the PGA Tour. He's a young golfer. I think, again, he could be really good. I think you could find other people from other Latin American countries. You could go with Sebastian Munoz. You could go with some of the other LIV golfers, Mito Pereira over there. But again, Emiliano Grillo, he's also won on the PGA Tour. He's a good putter. I think this would be a good team. Again, they were always Ancer, Niemann, all of them. They were always playing practice rounds together over on the LIV Tour. All of the kind of Latin guys are on one team. So I think just the camaraderie of that team and of some of the other teams like the Canadian team, I think would be good. And I don't think it would be a shoe-in or a predictable fight. I don't think we would see Team USA versus Team USA in the final. Could it happen? Yes, but you split these up. You put both Team USAs in the same pool, or you put them in separate ones. It doesn't really matter. I think you get a good tournament. You could play it at a fun golf course. You could play it at a cool match place golf course. Again, like we've said, just getting away from some of these same old courses that we see all the time would be cool. Seeing different events, different courses, and you can take it international. Right, Australia has President's Cup. You can go there. You can go play a course in Spain. You could go play a course in Sweden. You could go play a course in Japan. I think all of those things would be really cool. Not just USA courses, but find a course that is a great match play course that has drivable par 4s, has short par 3s, that could make a tournament like this really fun and just bring some of the, more country, more pride. Playing for your country, they say the Olympics is fun, the President's Cup is fun, the Ryder Cup is fun. Team golf, I think I'm a fan of. I think just breaks up the schedule. Again, maybe this takes place of the Zurich Classic down in New Orleans. I like the event. I like the 2 team pairings, but maybe something like that. Or again, maybe it's something now this time of year, like the Grant Thornton Invitational or the Hero World Challenge, where you get these, and maybe it's not 10 teams. Maybe 10 teams is too many. Maybe it's 6. All right? And maybe you don't even do countries. Maybe you just have 6 captains and they choose Again, I don't know what it looks like. That's kind of what my thought process was. I think it would be really cool. Will it happen? I'm going to guess not, but I think I would like the PGA Tour and DP World Tour to do something like that. This week in golf, there's not much happening. PGA Tour is off till the first weekend. Not this weekend, but in 2 weekends. DP World Tour is off this weekend. Then they start their playoffs in 2 weekends. LPGA is playing. The Ladies European Tour is off this weekend, and then we'll play in 2 weekends. So the Maybank Championship over in Malaysia is the LPGA event this year. It is the 3rd year this event has been played. It's been played at this golf course all 3 years, Kuala Lumpur Golf and Country Club. It's hosted other events, other professional events as well. 78 players, 68 LPGA Tour players, 10 sponsor invites. So again, really cool. The Asian swing continues for the LPGA Tour as they start to wrap up their season. Gino Titakun is in the field, world number 1, playing again. Runing Yin is the defending champion. She's in the field. Brooke Henderson's in the field. Lottie Wood's in the field. So again, not the biggest field, not the best field. Grace Kim's in the field, I'm seeing. But still, go ahead. It's the only golf tournament. Watch it. It's going to be on the Golf Channel. Again, it's one of those ones where it's late night, 9:30, 10:30, up to the early morning hours. But still, go ahead, go watch it. It'll be nice golf tournament, nice golf course. Can Gino win for the 3rd time this year? That'd be interesting to see. Does someone else win it? Do we have another new winner? Do we have a repeat winner? Is it another young winner? All these cool storylines that are happening with the LPGA Tour. And kind of has a spotlight this weekend. So if you want to watch golf, go watch it. It's great. One last thing before we go. We'll be back again next week. On the PGA Tour, this news kind of announced just, I think, after we recorded the podcast last week. And I wanted to touch on it real quick. The first event of the PGA Tour, the Century Tournament down in Kapalua, down in Hawaii, it was canceled, but a month ago it was going to be moved because there's a drought in Hawaii. There's no water, so the golf course, I saw some pictures. Normally it's green. It looks so great, and it's all brown and just dried out. They announced that it was going to be played there, so they were looking at other venues to host it, and they either didn't find a venue to host or they don't want to play it, so they're canceling it this year. That's a real bummer. I think it's one of those different golf courses that you see so many interesting shots just because of the way it's built. I just think of the 18th hole there, where it's a par 5. You can get there in 2 no problem. You just hit it and it rolls down the hill. Different cool shots. That 18th hole provides so many cool, just cool finishes, whether it was Ernie Els and Tiger Woods. That's a good one. I know Justin Thomas has won there before. John Rahm, Colin Morikawa a couple years ago. It's a real bummer for Hawaii. I know they still have the Sony the next week, and that'll be the first event on the PGA Tour. Kind of bummed for the winners who are kind of psyched to go to Hawaii. They start the new year right after the New Year's and Christmas in Hawaii. They play a cool event. It's a no-cut event, so you're getting a paycheck. Who doesn't like Hawaii, especially in the winter? It's nice there. It's a fun golf course. And now they don't. I know some people probably aren't too upset about it. I know, like, someone like Justin Thomas, who's played there before, is he upset it's canceled? I don't know. Maybe he is. But some of the first-time winners that get a chance to go there, I think that's a bummer for them. Also, it's just nice for the viewers. It's a fun tournament. Again, I always like watching it. Kind of just starts off the golf season. I'm really bummed that they couldn't find any venue anywhere, whether it's Florida or California or somewhere that couldn't host it. I mean, it's not a full field event, so I know it's probably too close to get grandstands and all the build out and stuff like that. So I'm sure that has a big part to do with it. But a real bummer. But hopefully it's back in Kapalua next year. So we'll see. Other than that, again, light week of golf this weekend. Check out the LPGA Tour event, the Maybank Championship. Go to our website. We have some cool interviews up with different putter companies. And again, we have our preview and review recaps of the events as well. Go check it out, fairwaytogreen.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video. Again, tell me what you think about my idea for the PGA Tour, their like own version of the International Crown. Is there a player I left off? Is there a country you'd like to see a team? Where maybe it could be played, when it could be played. Again, we're on Apple and Spotify now, so go like us over there, subscribe to the show there, give us a review. We'll be back next week. We'll review the LPGA event, preview the PGA Tour, DP World Tour, Ladies European Tour, and LPGA events for next week. And we'll talk about any news that happens here in the next week as well. Again, enjoy the ladies event this weekend.